Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be discussing my thoughts and reaction to the most recent episode of The X-Files, titled Home Again, Episode 4 of the X-Files miniseries, which just debuted last night. This is my episode review video. Of course, with all episode review videos, before I begin, this will be full of spoilers, big spoilers. So if you have not seen this episode yet, or if you're not caught up on the X-Files, the last two episodes or so, don't keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be going into a lot of the big spoilers we saw on last night's episode. So you have been warned. That being said, great episode. Very good episode. It was scary. It was exciting. And, there was a lot happening. And again, I got the feeling of a good old-fashioned X-Files episode while watching this one. I felt like this was the Monster of the Week episode we were expecting to see last week. Technically, we did get a Monster of the Week episode. It just didn't happen the way we thought it would happen. For most of us, it was a pure delight and very enjoyable. It's still a very good episode. Others, people felt ripped off. They felt very disappointed that they didn't get the Monster of the Week episode they were hoping for. I think this episode, to those people, probably made them feel like this made up for that. They were dealing with this creature that had been basically driven and created by pure thought and willpower through this bizarre homeless artist who was putting graffiti and artwork all over the city of Philadelphia. And he inadvertently made this creature come to life, and that creature unintentionally developed this attitude that he's got to kill people who are carrying out wrongdoings against the homeless. And, this creature would kill people who were threatening the homeless community on the streets of Philadelphia. And so that's what, of course, brought in Mulder and Scully. And I love that opening shot where there's the forensic investigator looking for evidence on the ground. He looks up, and the first thing we see are Mulder and Scully's badges basically in front of their faces, and then they lower them, and Dana's like, Special Agents Fox Mulder and Dana's, Scully, and this is my partner Fox Mulder from the FBI. I was like, yeah, back in action. I love it. It was very exciting to see that. I really enjoyed that. Just the way they handled that shot with their badges in front of their faces. And then this episode had a lot of throwbacks to the original series. We saw flashbacks of Mulder and Scully's love child, William, from the final two seasons. We also saw, Dana struggling with this internal, what should I have given up William for adoption or not in order to protect him? And then there were themes of family and a reconnection with family members. Dana's estranged brother reaching out to their mom, who's in a coma from a heart attack. Dana's mom had a heart attack in this episode and unfortunately died towards the end of it. But Dana was able to let her go in peace. And, she was very much, troubled by it. And it was interesting to see such a strong-willed person like Scully, kind of break down like that to Mulder. And that's how much she trusts him, and that's how well they know each other. Because we've seen... What the hell is this? We've seen we've seen Scully break down before. Not necessarily break down. She's cried a couple of times from some scary encounters, and also from, being reunited with Mulder on various occasions. But this is the first time we've really seen her break down emotionally. It was just really interesting to see that from such a strong, powerful character like she is. And, Mulder being extremely supportive and being there for her while also tackling this weird, bizarre investigation. Oh, Trash Man, very cool character. Very gross, very creepy. I love the fact he used a dump truck to get himself around in. That was gross and awesome. I also loved how his footprints or his tracks that he left behind were like it was like the heel of his foot was left behind in this circle of yellow icky goo of God knows what and maggots. Like you could see a little pile of maggots from every step he had taken. Ugh, gross. But overall, great episode. This definitely had a Monster of the Week feel to it, even though we already kind of got that from last week's episode. This one was very scary, very engaging. It kept you captivated throughout the entire thing. It was gross. It was creepy. It had all of the elements that make the X Files so good. It was a balance and a combination of all those things. And overall, really looking forward to the final two. I can't believe we're almost over already. This was the fourth episode, so we've got two more episodes to go, and I'm looking forward to both of them. I was a little surprised that we hadn't seen Skinner or Cigarette Smoking Man, but they're probably saving those two for the finale, if not next week's episode. As to what next week's episode will be about, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen any promos or read any plot summaries for it. But this episode was great. In fact, this is probably the episode I enjoyed the most. Well, next to last week's episode, they're both pretty damn good. But my point being is that I would rewatch this one or the other one anytime. They were both that good. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. It was a very, very enjoyable episode. And I thought it worked out perfectly the way it all came together. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on the EdWord for all of your episode review and recap needs. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content and more review videos as we get closer to the return of The Walking Dead on AMC this Sunday. And of course, stay tuned for movie reviews, as I will be reviewing movies like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Deadpool, so stay tuned for those movie reviews as well. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.